Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. And I tell you, we are here getting together. We got a few technical glitches going on. I don't know what's going on today. I got some ghosts in my system that's trying to take over, but I'm not going to let them win. Okay. I got it under control. Today is Tuesday. And I am excited. We've got a really good guest coming on board with us today. He's been on the show before, Mr. Jerry Williams. And I tell you, he's got a good bit of information for us today. So I'm so excited. So we're gonna get into our announcements, and then we're gonna move on with the show. All right. So you all stand by. Here we go. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of our healthcare heroes that are on the front line. You know, I tell you, they have been keeping our loved ones um, safe during this pandemic. And I tell you, it has been um, very people been saying, well, the pandemic is over with and you ain't got to worry about this and you ain't got to worry about that. Well, I beg to differ with you, because we have people that are still dying from this pandemic. Okay. And I'm telling you, you need to be very cautious and very careful because this pandemic is definitely killing people. Okay. So I want you guys to be very careful when it comes to dealing with this pandemic. Okay. Let's see here. We got some things going on technically that I need to straighten out. So y'all bear with me while I get these things straightened out. Um, but in the meantime, that's interesting. Let's see. Can we get this straightened out? Nope. We gotta put that back. That goes right there. We got a whole kind of gremlins going on today, boy. I tell you, I don't know what's going on with this system. It started doing some things on its own right before the show started. Very interesting. Very interesting. So let's take that out. Let's take that out. Let's put that back. Uh, let's take. Okay, let's take this out then. Um, all right, y'all getting to see the magic of the technology come alive right before your very eyes. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that right at the moment. But in the meantime, there we go. Now we got it. So in the meantime, shout out to all of our healthcare heroes. So keep them lifted up. You all be careful, wear masks, be safe, because that's what we need you guys to do in order to stay alive. Okay. Also, I want to give a shout out to spiritual leaders that are out there keeping people encouraged and uplifted at a time like this because we don't know what's going on. But spiritual leaders, they have an ear to hear and they can teach us and lead us and guide us into what's going on so that we can be aware of what's going on at a time like this. I know I often talk about Dr. Hunt. So I like to, bring some information about him to the forefront. Go over to ask-dr-ron.com. And when you get there, you will get an opportunity to see my website. And when you get to my website, I want you to scroll all the way up to the top and you'll see my social media, all of them: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. If you go over to my YouTube channel, you'll see a playlist completely devoted to Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. I have been with him for over 30 years now, and Dr. Hunt has been bringing inspirational information for over 30 years. You can tune into the playlist as well as all of my other playlists that are on the channel and see past shows. While you're at the website, scroll down, and I want you to go to the place where you see our advertisers. They help make it possible for us to do what we do here on the Ask Dr. Ron show. So there's RRJ Webb. We also have Prince Hunter Financial Group. Now, he teaches people how to trade the Forex and the stock market. He is offering 4 free lessons. If you click on the banner, go over to his website, give him a call, and schedule your 4 free lessons on how to trade the stock market or the Forex market. He would be more than happy to teach you how to do those things. We also have Quick Fish and Tax Service. You can go there. And I know most of you all haven't got your tax returns yet. So you might want to start a little bit earlier this time trying to figure out what to do. And if you got a business, she can help you with that as well. And Port Again Sam. Port Again Sam has been bringing in some of the best wines and spirits from all over the world. So Port Again Sam, click on the banner, go over there, tell him you want to schedule a wine tasting, and he'll be more than happy to set one up for you so you can find out what he has, which will be your new favorite wine or cognac. So check it out. And we also have Chief Nomo's Oasis. So he brings in products from the west coast of Africa. Go check him out. He's on the south side of Chicago. And as we scroll down, we have Synergy, which is helping people with solar panels. Okay. And if you want solar panels for your house and understand how they work and can help you save money, please check on the tab and you will see it. Check out our affiliate, Chicago Communicator News Media, and also Immaculate Educational Consultants. Okay, and those are our advertisers. Please support them. Please fill out a contact card when you get over there, and please support them. We need you to support them as they continue to support us. Well, that's our commercial advertisement for the moment. And I'm so excited at the moment to be able to go over and welcome back to the show a very good friend and a good brother. He has been in public service. He has worked in the community, and he has been doing a great job trying to make people aware of all the things that he offers. Okay. And he's back on the show again today. Welcome back to the show, my brother, Mr. Jerry Williams Sr. And I have to put that senior on there because there's a junior out there, right?
Yeah, that's right, man. You have to do that because Junebug, I love him, but you got to put that senior on.
I heard that. So what's going on, man? Last time you were here, we talked about your book. We got a chance to talk about the record business, the band business. We talked about a lot of stuff last time you were here, but there's always more to talk about. So you want to refresh the people. Now, I told them that you were a former president of the union. You want to start there and tell them what your accolades, your accolades are.
Well, I was the president of ATU Local 308 and represented all the rapid transit operators at CTA. And it was about 4,000 people and pretty big union. And we did a lot of things. I negotiated a contract. As a matter of fact, let me back up. I'm the longest serving president that local's ever had. And also did a lot. negotiated great contracts for them. Right now, people that are retired, that retired on the contract that I negotiated, the last one I negotiated, I did three. The last one I negotiated is pretty happy right now because they can now retire and don't have to go to Walmart and get a second job
Mm.
because I worked that out. And I worked it out working with management people. One of the biggest persons that I worked with, Doc, was Valerie Jarrett, who is a very good friend of mine right now. But we worked it out where I got the formula moved for the retirees, people retiring after 2000, and during the contract that I got, and with those guys, I got them a $600 a month, yeah, $600 a month increase in their retirement. So you don't have to go to that Walmart and work that second job right now, man. And also, we did I did quite a few things, but I could be talking to you the rest of the show about all the things that did as president of the um, Amalgamated Transit Union. But we did um, we did some things with youth, getting scholarships and stuff for kids. When worked those things out. Worked out with I tell you another thing I'm very proud of. Worked out when a person retired. This was back some years ago when I was president. We allowed them to retire, but I also worked out an agreement so that those people, like say operators, when they retired, they could come back and work if they wanted to, get their full salary and get their retirements.
Mm.
They were happy with that. Unfortunately, when I left, the people gave that up, man. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. So you know. Uh, but anyway, I did did a lot of things. And that's bragging on myself, but
No, you just stating the facts.
it's okay.
And just to give the people an idea, once again, of the magnitude of the membership of the union that you had around that time.
Yeah, we had about 4,000 members active, and we had I can't remember, maybe 3,000 retirees at that time. And we did a lot of things. Now, after I left, Doc, a lot of things happened. CTA, and not just because I left. Before I retired, Local 241 president and top people retired before I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to tell them, hey, train some young people before you leave because I know CTA. They got what happens is they have people that's been working with them, negotiators, attorneys that's been there for like 20, 25 years. And they went to Harvard, and they went, and if you just elect a bus driver to come in off the bus and try to negotiate with people like that, they're gonna get ate up.
Mm-hmm.
So bring these people in, train them, and do that. Didn't happen. And when I left, CTA really went after what they wanted the most, and that was that pension plan. Um, when I came in as president, we had $800 million in that plan for the pensioners.
Mm-hmm.
When I left, we had $2.4 billion. They had tried to get that for a long time. Then they went downstate and they passed a bill downstate that would come after all unions, all retirees. Funny thing about that, they came after all of them. This is after I had left. They came back after all of them. I got a lot that I can tell people about that. And what they did, they every other entity in the state of Illinois that they attacked went to court and won their court at the Supreme Court, won their case at the Supreme Court, except one, and that is the one that housed the biggest minority workers in the state of Illinois. That was the Chicago Transit Authority. I filed a lawsuit along with another brother who was active. I was retired when I found out about that. And I filed a lawsuit for the retirees. Now, we went all the way to the Supreme Court. We started in the circuit court, went to the appellate court. The appellate court ruled in our favor, retirees, but they ruled against the actors. So he took it all the way to the Supreme Court, CTA, and we took it to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled in our favor, our meaning the retirees, but they ruled against the actors. CTA had claimed that we didn't have a right to file that lawsuit because we were under the union, and the union was the one that agreed, to give up parts of our pension. Let me take you back a second. In Illinois, we have the Illinois State Constitution, and in there's an article that says you cannot decrease any retiree's pension unless you're going to give them something of equal value or better. Well, they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So they said that because the union agreed to it, that, we were agreeing to it. We are not under the union. This is what I was telling CTA. They didn't hear it. We filed a lawsuit. It's been going on and on and on. Finally, there's a new judge that's taking this case. He says he's going to rule October 25th. CTA drugged this, even though the Supreme Court told them that we are covered under the Illinois State Constitution. They tried to drag it out as long as they can. It's been about 14 years. And they, in my opinion, what they do, being the president, I know how they operate. They want to drag it as far as they can, hoping as many of these retirees die as they can, so that they don't have to pay out that big sum. And in reality, about 1,700 retirees have died since I filed a lawsuit. But in that lawsuit, Ron, we demanded that not only do you pay us our money back, but also pay us every penny that you made off of our money that you invested.
Mm-hmm.
So we're waiting. Now the judge that stepped in now understands a great person. He said he's not going to drag that anymore. He's going to make that ruling October 25th, and that's it. Everybody better have their stuff together. So that's where we are with that. I don't want to take it any further because I got a lot of other stuff I want to talk to you about, but that's a big one. I want the retirees to get. People ask me, Jerry, why didn't you just file for yourself? You could have got all your money. That's not the way I think. Not the way I think. When I see you screwing over a bunch of people that don't know what's happening, then I'm going to fight you tooth and nail. I'm going to fight you with all I got. So that's what I did, and we got some great attorneys, and we did. Hey, man, we had the best attorneys.
So basically, you're saying in October, the Supreme Court of Illinois will make another ruling?
No. Supreme Court of Illinois made the ruling already.
Okay.
What the Supreme Court told them was that the other court, the appellate court, that we agree with you that we rule in favor of the retirees. The Supreme Court told the appellate court, send the affidavit back down to the circuit court, tell the circuit court to change their ruling, because they had ruled against us, change their ruling to, rule in favor of the retirees.
Okay.
That was done about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And CTA was still dragging it out saying, well, we don't owe you this amount of money, we owe just that amount. And we're saying, no, give us all our money. And the money, any retiree that passed away, we're saying that money goes to their estate or to their family. You don't get away with hoping that these guys die, these ladies and men die,
right?
And you pay them. So that's where we are. That's how we do that.
Yeah. So, and if and when this decision comes in, you'll have to share that money with all the retirees that are eligible to receive it at that time, right?
You know what's fantastic about that? We know every penny that they took because they got the records down at the pension office. Okay. So we know exactly what they owe us, and we know exactly how much money they made off of our money. Right now, it's in the millions.
Wow.
And if they paid us off like they supposed to pay us off, they were trying to frighten the active, saying that, well, if we pay the retirees off, we got to take it out of your check. That was a lie. That was a lie, straight out lie, and I can prove it. Yeah. But we had our actuaries go into the CTA books, went in and found out that even if they paid us off, all the millions that they owe us, including all the money that they made off of our money, they would still be $200 million overfunded. This is how they taking money from the active people. I could come back on one day, and I would love to do this, just to show you and send you the information so you can have it before I get there. How they ripped the active people. They are taking money from them that is totally ridiculous. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the. So you got me started now. That wasn't the big deal. That wasn't the big deal, Doc. What they did was that they took millions from all of us, right? That wasn't it. That was just a smoke screen. What they wanted was total control of the pension itself. And
Gotcha.
guess they got that. They got that. Now we're on the outside fighting that because it's supposed to be five for the union and five for the company. That's where it's always been. And it takes three from one side and three from the other to move anything. And we've done that. We raised that pension to 2.4 billion doing that.
Mm.
They said, well, we need to change that. So no, we're not really changing it. So, but what they did was they got five from the company, then they got five from the union. Then they said, well, we're going to add an independent person in case we get a tie. You know what was coming behind that. Where
Right.
did the independent person come from? Independent person came from the RTA. There's no unions at the RTA.
Okay.
So every time they vote at the pension board, that individual votes with the management side.
Right.
So they found a way to take that control away. But there's a way to get it back, and we're working on that. We'll talk about that the next time. And
Right.
they're not gonna like it, but we're gonna find a way to get that back.
So let me just ask this question for a lot of people that may not have a working background dealing with unions. Is this normal operation of what a union to manage your pensions and look out for your retirees? Those are some of the benefits that really go along with being in an organization that does what you guys were doing. Is that normal, or is this just something extra
It's it,
special?
it's not unusual,
Okay.
but the pension plan that we have is extra special, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
They got pension plans all around the country, but the pension plan we have is called a defined pension plan,
Okay.
and that's the one where the union and the company put money in.
Okay.
The union members and the company puts money in.
A matching
What
fund. Yeah.
Yes, and what we did was the money that the company put in is really the union people money because it's called deferred wages. What we did, instead of taking a pay raise back in the day, we said, okay, put that portion in the pension and we'll put more. And that's, that defined pension plan. It's covered under the Illinois State Constitution, but the defined pension plan, the only way that you don't get your money out of there, other than what they tried to pull with us, the only way that you don't get your money out of there, that the whole state go belly up.
Gotcha.
It's only about, I would say, 10 defined pension plans in the United States now. It used to be all of them were defined pension plans, but they was fighting to get rid of that. We were very fortunate to hold on to the defined pension plan, which means our money is guaranteed when we retire. Some pensions, you retire, but the money may not be there.
Like with the state of Illinois,
Like,
because what they did at some point in time, they borrowed against money from the pension plan to run state legislature, and then when people started to retire, the money was not there that
right,
they had put up all along, but the
right,
legislators agreed that we're going to borrow against, from the pension fund of the state, and they haven't been able to fulfill that shortfall as of yet in the state of
correct.
Illinois. So just throwing
You
a
are
little
correct.
sidebar information in there. not
Correct.
not not you guys, but them guys.
But that's what when they were saying the pension's going belly up. True. But you caused it to go belly up, not us.
Right,
You're borrowing the money and not paying it back.
right,
Same thing that they're doing with Social Security. There's the Social Security going belly up. Not if you leave it alone.
right.
They're taking money out of Social Security and paying different things. And if you just let Social Security, stand alone on his own legs, it'll be overfunded.
Right.
But I don't want to go there because we'd be another hour talking about that.
Well, you know, that's one of your areas of expertise. And let me throw this in here. You have a show that you are the host of, and what's the title of it?
Talk labor.
Okay.
Talk.
And you cover topics like that during your show. Where can they find that show?
Actually, you just pull it up on the YouTube. It's the easiest way to do that. Just pull in Talk Labor, Jerry Williams. You get me.
Okay. And you've
Mhm.
talked about a lot in depth about those topics and those
Yeah.
subjects over time. And you've been
Yeah.
doing that show how long now?
Oh man. Oh, since about 2005 or something like that.
Okay. So it's a lot of, worthwhile information there that you can go and follow him. His information is on the screen. You can always reach out to him via email. The phone number's on the screen for his people. Okay. It ain't directly to him. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. To his people. Okay. He got his people number up there, and you got to call them and leave a message for him, but that's all right. You can
But I'll
still
get back. But I'll get back to you though.
eventually. Let me throw
Yeah.
that out there. You my brother, I can talk about you, man. This ain't your first time on the show. I ain't got to act nice, but the bottom line is this: it's a lot of powerful information that's available that you can get about laborers and pensions and things of that nature. And let me ask you this, and I know this is just an opinion question, and maybe you can answer it. Um, what do you feel about the being a former president of an entirely different organization, about the teachers organization here in Chicago? I know they're always fighting, trying to get more benefits and better working conditions for their members, but it seems like they fall short all the time. So what do you feel about that particular organization? I don't want to get you in no trouble, okay?
No, no problem. I'm happy to answer that, Ron. Let me start off by saying the former president of the teachers union was one of my best friends. She used to tell people that Jerry was my mentor. I worked with her before she became president.
Okay.
Also, I worked with the current president. Yeah, I know him well, but I didn't work with him like I did Karen Lewis, Jesse Sharkey. And I think he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
With the teachers, it was like when I came into the CTA, teachers are like a political football,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody kicks it around, and then it's about who can produce the best noise on television, as far as what is correct and what's not correct.
Mm-hmm.
I find that the teachers are people that want to work. They're not lazy people.
Right.
Uh, they just want to make sure the conditions are right, and they want to make sure that the kids are going to get a good education. There are some times when the teachers are wrong, and I'll be the first one to say it. In my opinion, you guys are wrong. But for the majority of the time, they do a good job, and the city, the politicians in this area should sit down with the teachers instead of coming in with your baseball bats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why. And we can morph right into that too. I came in and worked with the teachers union and the Chicago public schools and did a remarkable job working with infinite scholars. I
Mm-hmm.
got them to work together. When they were arguing and fighting and wanting to kill each other, I got them to work together with us.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did over the last 5 years, and people can pull this up and see for themselves, go to infinitescholars.org, the website, in Chicago alone, over the last 5 years, we pulled in over $40 million for kids scholarship offers. And that was with the help of the city and the teachers union. Teachers union was big for us, and the city was big for us. And we called a meeting. We had them all sitting there, not the mayor now, the representatives from the city, and the couple of board members from the CTU. And we worked out, and we're doing it again. It's going to be happening in October. We've been doing it for the last 9 years now. But October 21st, at we're going to have a fair again. We've had it at the University of Illinois Chicago. We had it at Chicago State. We've had it at Northeastern. Northeastern wanted us to come back this year, but they couldn't get all their situations together because of the virus, and other colleges couldn't either. What we did, we were going to go. We went virtual last year because of the virus, but this year, and we did it. We started out at Inglewood High School, and then a couple of other high schools. We did Dunbar. So we're going back to Dunbar this year because they're setting it up for us. They say they're ready. They've done everything they need to do. We're going to have the fair there on October 21st, and it starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. Um, and we do a session, and then we have another session in the evening for people who like the churches that bring kids in and stuff like that. We expect to get as many scholarship offers to these kids as we always done. We got great sponsors out there that sponsor us, and it's just a wonderful thing. But big part is CTA. I know I'm back to CTA, CTU, the teachers union, and the city both play a big part, big part. And we're working. Let me throw this in there because it's really important. We're working on a promise program here in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, and I'll be talking to President Pretwinkle, and we're reaching out to the mayor also. Where and they have it in Detroit, and they have it in North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina. They have it in Florida, and they have it in Ferguson, Missouri, where we grab kids fifth, sixth, seventh grade, and we talked to the parents, and we have them to sign an affidavit that they're going to keep their grades up. They're going to do 95% attendance, and they're not going to get in trouble while they're going to high school. If they do those three things, they have an automatic scholarship when they graduate from high school. We worked that out with the colleges.
Okay.
It's working around. We're working on Chicago. Chicago's so big, but we're working on it. Jerry, you got to get Chicago. We're really going in there with all fours now to get that done here too.
Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about that over in Indiana. That was
Yeah.
one of the states that had that program in place, and they signed them straight out of grammar school.
Right. That's our people too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember. And see, I've been knowing Jerry a long time, so a lot of his work and his history dealing with the Infinite Scholars Program, I was very familiar with. And I'm gonna say this: next month, he's gonna have Danny Joe come on the show and talk about the upcoming event for this year in October.
Right.
So she'll be coming on in September. We have her scheduled to come on the Ask Dr. Ron show and talk about that in great detail. That's going to be a whole show evolved around that. So basically, you have nothing but good reviews to say about the Chicago Teachers Union and the fact that you have mentored them. I know you can't say nothing bad about them.
Talking about the stuff here. But what Karen Lewis.
Uh-huh.
Not but I got a lot of respect for the rest of the teachers union, because I know them.
Right.
But and on the Infinite Scholars, I give you general information. When you have Danny Joe on, she give you tech. She show these kids how to do it, and you on your show when you come up, she's my mouthpiece. When I go out, hey, well, ask Danny.
Yeah.
Because I might ask Danny. But you're gonna get a great interview there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. I a lot of times people don't understand here on the Ask Dr. Ron show. I love bringing, excuse me, people on the show that mainstream media normally do not pay attention to. So you and the organization that you work with, I love bringing you guys on because you all are heroes in our community that people need to know about. And I love bringing you guys on to share information and tell us about things that we need to know so that when the information is spread around, it can hit more places that it normally would not hit. So I love it. And we're going to talk about that. Like I said, when she comes on next month, we got already on the schedule, and we're going to bring her on, and we're going to, what they say, dissect this thing and make it work for you, and make
Yeah.
it work good. So now, also, I know that you have some events coming up. So what's up with these events? I know you got a golf outing and something else, right, coming up real soon.
Yes, I do. Golf outing is kind of connected to that too, because all the money we raise go towards scholarships for these kids.
Okay.
We have we having a golf outing, and we also having a memorial for one of the gentlemen that I think is nobody, well, not nobody, but most people don't know who he was, and that's Mr. Alonzo Hill. He used to be the executive vice president of CTA,
Mm-hmm.
and I might say when I was president of the union, well, when I was executive board member, he was just a regular vice president. We bumped heads a lot, but I liked him because he was a man of his word. He moved
Mm-hmm.
up to executive vice president. He did more for people and the people of Illinois than anybody could imagine. And I could go into a lot of detail about that, but come to the golf outing and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's going to be expressed there. He also left there and became chairman of the board at Metro. And one of the things he did at Metro, because that's recent, it's kind of recent to me, and I remember this. People should remember this. When you caught the train at the Metro train on the south side, you would have to, there were turnstiles. You had to, if trains come, you got to jump over those turnstiles or try to run through them. And there were no washrooms on the train.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got told him, wait a minute, if you got washrooms coming out of the suburbs and you have no turnstiles, people just walk through, why do you have that on in the neighborhoods over here? And they couldn't answer this. So it was in the newspapers and stuff. Lonnie said, well, you got to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Take, you got to take all of that out. Take those turnstiles out of there, because that's all lady once tried to jump over the turnstile. The skirt got caught trying to get. And you got to have trains with washrooms the same as you do in the suburbs, because they are paying the same fare that you're
Mm-hmm.
paying. He got that done. He really got that done, and I was so proud of him. That's just a little thing that he did. He elevated more African Americans to the top at the Chicago Transit Authority, and the transit authorities around the country tried to pull him out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed here and he went with Metro, and he passed away in 2009. Here's a guy that was the top guy at CTA on the management side. I was the president of the union, but we were best of friends. And he was chairman of the pension board. I was the chairman of the investment committee. Anytime they wanted to invest in money, it had to come through me and my committee. And we worked that from, like I said, $800 million to $2.4 billion. That's the kind of stuff that he did. And I'm just rattling the surface of what this man did. And you'll get a lot of information about it at the golf outing. And that's going to be at Glen Woody, September the 11th. And it begins at 9 o'clock. One of the spokespersons that be there would be Avis Lavelle. She used to be head of a lot of things in the city. I think she was over something to do with the schools, and she was a very important person.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that will be there to recognize and support that. But we want to try to make that golf outing, and you're going to have some great golfers out there too. We'll try to make this golf outing one of the biggest in the country. We're just starting this year. I used to do it a lot when I was president, but we're going to start today. Money goes to the young people. And one other thing, like, we service kids um, that graduate from high school going to college, Ron. We have juniors and seniors. Usually, some people come to us and say, hey, I'm in college already. Can I get some help? I mean, because we can't personally help them because we deal with the juniors and seniors. In this golf outing, what we did was we raised money and we asked them to just give us an essay. And we got kids that wrote out essays, and they will get cash. They will get cash money. They're in college now, and they will get some supplement money from us. Infinite scholars, we don't do that. We go from juniors and seniors. But the kids that's in college already that need some help, we're gonna help them. That's what this golf outing is kind of like about.
That's beautiful. All about
Yeah.
the future. You know.
Yes.
So now, let me ask you a question, and it's about the Infinite Scholars Program. So once these children have successfully completed their college, degrees on whatever level, is there an alumni organization where they all get to come back and help the ones behind them get through?
We get that help, but it's not an alumni. And I just like what you just said. I am the chairman, co-chairman of the Infinite Scholars all around the country. So you just said something that I'm going to take back to the board meeting.
Well,
I like if you know what happened, Ron? When they graduate, they send us letters back thanking us, and man, that's the most beautiful thing in the world.
right,
I don't need money. Just send me that letter back that we help you,
right.
and that happens. I like that alumni thing. I really like that.
Well,
Writing it
well,
down.
well. You figure like this, and I can expand on it a little bit. These are people that have successfully benefited from the program. So if they come back and they give direct information on how to go through the program, how to benefit from the program, then that makes it easier than a person that's just stumbling their way through. They can draw from practical experience. So just
Absolutely.
expanding on what I just said a little bit,
I love that. I know. I love that. I love
yeah.
that. You'll see.
Well, it's
I
a
love
beautiful thing,
it. Yeah.
because you want people to know where the help is at,
Hmm. Yeah.
and I've seen with my own eyes, as they say, people that have gone to these events and have gotten two and three, universities or colleges to offer them complete ride for 4 years, and that's
Right.
a beautiful thing. you
Right.
know.
Absolutely.
And when they say full ride, they mean books, room and board, food, everything. The
Every
only thing they don't give them is an off-campus apartment. You
right.
know, so
Right.
that's the one thing that they won't do.
Mhm.
But if you've got any help anywhere, and you got any hustle with you, because hey, being off campus is the cream of the crop. You know that, and I know that. Man, please,
That is true. That
yeah,
is.
yeah. So, and when you can elevate yourself to that, man, you in the game.
Yeah. Right. You're absolutely right. Danny would give kids the detailed, even kids that don't get the full scholarship, she'll show them how you can go in and get scholarship or scholarship money and how you can do things. I found out when I started working with infinite scholars that you do your school, your grades and everything are most important, but some of the things you do, like you work with the churches, you work with the kids, you do all that stuff plays a part in you getting scholarships. And kids didn't know that. They come in, they don't even mention it.
Right, right.
So I'm just a little. She'll give you detailed
Oh yeah,
information.
yeah. We're gonna have her on here. We're gonna look. We're gonna come up with some more ideas to take back to the board. After by the time you hear from her, she gonna be like, Dr. Ron said.
Love it, love it. Hey, we
Hey,
we we're
you
open
know.
to it.
So what else you got going on? You mentioned the golf outing. We talked about the event coming up. So what else you got going on?
Well, I got you know who my favorite entertainer is. Um,
No, who?
my
Tell the world who your favorite entertainer is.
favorite entertainer is T.L. Williams. That's my
Is
guy.
that is that
Love
is that the guy that made that got more money type song?
you. It's called getting more
Get
money
more
than you.
money. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not got
yeah, but
not
he
got more money. Get more money.
got more money than you.
Okay.
But no, love that guy, man. He's my number one guy. He was tutored by Wynton Marsalis.
Okay.
He did so much, and he's doing so much. Right now with the kids in school, he got a program called Symphony of Change, where he teaches the kids in school to uh, um, how to play music and stuff like that.
Okay.
One of the things he said years ago, he told me when he was a kid, he said, you know what? I said, what do you want to do in life? He said, like Berkeley, every kid can't go to Berkeley.
Right.
Great music school. He said, I'd like to have school here where they can get that kind of learning. And guess what? He's starting to do it. He's doing it himself. He's working with the city. He got kids in the city schools and his kids out here. And he's got a great career. He writes and arranges for people and all that. That's that's just my great that's my main number one artist. And he's now working with he got married, he's working with Ruby Goldsmoke.
Mm-hmm.
They got some great sounds out that is really charting real good. And guess what? That's him and his wife.
Hey man.
one
Look.
they got a chart that one is on the radio right now that's smoking. But here's what I want to talk to you about now. His backup singers, the Sisters of Element, those girls are tremendous. And I was managing him for a while now. He grew up now. He managing. He got his own managing himself, and he got his own type of management stuff, which I agree he should have. But now I'm starting to manage those young ladies.
Okay.
They are awesome. We got a show coming up right now. Tentatively, it's scheduled for December 17th.
Okay.
I get back on your show before then, and I can talk about it. But they're unbelievable.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them in action before. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be great. We're looking to be at the Manilow Theater.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
and the one thing about TL, if you have never seen him live, he has a full energy action show. I mean, he's got dancers, he's got some of the best musicians in the city of Chicago backing him, and they play real instruments. This ain't no tracks. They got real people playing real instruments, and a lot of those guys that have worked with him, I have been knowing for decades. And they're young people, and they come together, and they have, I mean, an outstanding show. They've got dancers, ballet dancers, modern dancers. I mean, it's an adventure, and it's high energy, you know.
Yeah,
So when you go to a TL show or you catch TL on the show, you're not going to be disappointed. I'm telling you, they're going to be, man, they're going to be throwing down. Okay.
that's true.
You
That's
know, and going back to his organization, I remember when he was doing fundraising for his community youth organization at one time, and they have done a lot of things in the community that we applaud him for, because I know sometimes you don't hear about things like that. You think entertainers, they putting all the money and having all the fun to themselves, but this young man, and he is a young man, compared to us, because you old, I'm old, but to
true. Yeah,
see young people investing in young people, man, I love to see it. It's a beautiful thing. Mentorship is a very good thing. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the schools in Illinois, they have taken away all the arts programs out of there. They don't do music
that's true.
anymore.
That's true.
I think at one point it was an after school program, maybe, where
Hmm.
you could get music, an after school program. But when I was coming up, it was part of the curriculum.
Correct. Correct.
You know,
Correct.
I used to
Well,
learn, not learn, but I used to know how to read music. Now, don't ask me to read a note right now because I can't remember everything that I learned 1,000 years ago. But believe it or not, now I'm gonna make you laugh, and everybody that's tuned in, they're gonna laugh when I say this. When I got to high school, um, when I was in grammar school, I played trumpet,
yeah.
and I must have been about third trumpet in the orchestra because I wasn't good enough to be first trumpet. But when I got to high school, I really wanted to play trombone because I
Mm-hmm.
thought trombone was so cool with that slide, man. I said, "Oh man, I can get a whole bunch of girls with this slide thing going on." But the band teacher looked at me and my size. Now I'm 6'3", every bit of 200 and something pounds, And he looked at me and said, "Man, you my tuba player." I said, "What?" He gave me a sousaphone to take home, and I played tuba in the orchestra in high school for about 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. And I'm like, man, you got to find somebody else to lug this thing around because I'm bringing this thing back home from home, and I'm giving it back to you, brother. But I did learn how to read bass clef from doing that because I did know, treble clef before, but when I became the tuba, because that's the bass of the orchestra,
Right.
I had to learn how to read bass clef. So from then till now, and couldn't tell you none of that stuff.
Hey, Ron, you know what I'm gonna do? Because you're such a good guy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell you a secret that don't nobody know
Okay.
but you.
All right.
I go with you, man. First of all, this is not a secret. I was out on the road with Inner City. I used to play lead guitar and sing lead and stuff like that. Later on, his mom, who's much younger than I am, she was on the road. She was Caprice. Her name was Ruthie, but she was Caprice, and she had Caprice and Company. She was on the road too. And when TL got ready to make that, so he was making that song, "Getting More Money Than You." The young lady that was supposed to do the background, she had called. She had a problem. And he said, "Well, I got to get it finished." So he called. Guess who? Mom.
All
Uh,
right.
can you do this? She said, "Only you can ask Caprice if she'll do it."
Uh-huh.
He said, "Okay, Caprice, can we do?" So she said, "Okay." She came down, and she came down. That's her on the background on Getting More Money Than You.
All right now.
That's his mom.
All
Now
right.
you know that secret. Don't nobody know that but you.
All right. Well, look, it was a hit song and still is a hit song. And when
Yeah,
he goes out and does his live performances, that is one of the most requested hit songs of all, I do believe. It's a
yeah,
lot of people that request that song. They want to hear that and they want to see him do it because he
yeah,
plays that trumpet. Now
yeah.
I do know for a fact that Moms is not on the stage while he doing it.
Oh, but she be out in the audience though,
Yeah,
director.
she be in the audience, but she ain't on the stage. Okay.
Oh, he got he got the Sisters Development. He
Yes.
he got some, yeah, they smoke.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And, I love that new group that he had. Ruby Goldsmoke, man. You gotta hear that music, man.
Well, you got to
It's
send
different.
it to me. You got to send it to
Yeah,
me. Yep.
I'll do that today. I'll do that today.
There you go.
But
Now,
that hit one that's on the radio now, I'm going to definitely send you that one.
okay. So, when is that? When is this next event coming up? You got that? Is it something soon?
He got something coming up, but I don't have it in front of me.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Now, since he was your favorite artist, I thought maybe you might want to tell the people about that too while you're here. You know.
Yes. You see, if I don't have it in front of me and I tell him something, it could be wrong.
All right, hey, I got you, bro. And we don't want you to tell a lie. Not if you can
uh,
help it. So look, we got to get out of here, man. We got a few minutes left. So
yeah.
what is it that you want to leave with the people before you get out of here, before we leave here today? I know you got something good for them.
Well, no, it's just that I want people to come on out to that golf outing. It's going to be at Glen Woody, September the 11th. And you're going to really enjoy yourself. And you get to meet some of the great people in Chicago. I mean, great people in Chicago. And if you got a church, school, kids, neighbor kids that want to try to get a scholarship, in college, have them to your show, the one that's coming up with Danny on it, and come on out to that fair on October 21st,
Okay.
because it's going to be there for you. So come and get it. Come and get it.
Man, I don't know what part of the country you in, but I can tell you the sun came up and it's beaming all on the side of your face. Cause yeah, I see it, man. It's blinding you over there.
Get out of here. Leave.
No. But we started out one way, and now we see the sun didn't shine on all that information that you gave to people. Well, look,
Yeah.
man, I appreciate you, man, coming out, hanging out with us today. As always, it's always a pleasure to have you. You've given out some gold nuggets of knowledge of from your past and what's going on in the future. And you know you got a home here, man. You welcome here anytime you want to come back. Tell them where they can find your show at again.
Just go straight to YouTube. Punch in Jerry Williams, Talk Labor.
Okay.
Talk Labor. Okay.
Yeah, Talk Labor. See, the delayed reaction, the sun went down after you snapped your finger. Now it's gone.
Son know I don't play that stuff, man.
I know that's right, my brother. Look, I'm going to encourage everybody to go out to this golf. And I don't play golf. See, that's why I ain't never been able to make no power deals, because I don't know how to play golf. See, I always learn how to shoot pool, you know, so ain't no power deals going on in the pool hall. Only the power deals going on the golf course. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it does happen.
I know. So go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. Please check out all of our advertisers, all of our vendors, support them. They help make it possible for us to do what we do here on the Ask Dr. Ron show. I need your help. I need your support. Please spread the word. Put this information out there. Like and share. This video will be on my YouTube channel within the next hour. I'm going to pop it up so you can grab it off of YouTube and share it on your pages. Put it all over the place where people can see and get a chance to get in contact with Jerry Williams Sr., and you got his email floating on the screen there. You can always send him a message. So if they want to get tickets to the outing, they have to go to, how do they do it? I don't think you mentioned that.
Oh, okay. If you want to get tickets to the outing, let me give you that. Go to the email.
Okay.
Where's it at
Jerry
here?
Williams 001 at Comcast.net.
You can do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or DJ Williams at infinitescholars.org.
Okay. All right. There you go. So now you got two places you can go and get tickets for the golf outing. Man, we got to get out of here, man. You know, we've been here. I know how whole hour then passed already. I know time. Yeah, man, it's a wonderful thing. Once again, reach out to Jerry Williams, pick his brain, y'all. You know, he got a lot of knowledge in there. And, you know, if you don't call him, you know, then you're going to miss out on a golden opportunity to talk to a very knowledgeable person about what's going on, especially in labor. So I'm going to, Jerry, any final words? Anything else you want to say?
No, just appreciate being on your show, Doc Ron. You great guy, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. That's that coming from you, man. You know, that touches my heart greatly. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So, all right, you guys, let me go over here and pop this up right quick. Go over and make donations. This is all of my places where you can make contributions. My Cash App, my Zelle, my PayPal. Please support what we are doing here. We do not have a great sponsor base, but we operate off of what you guys send us. So with that being said, please support us. We appreciate it. All right. And we're out of here. Peace and love. See y'all on Sunday.